preseason is done. The pre-SL is back again with the first game of fixtures, which is the MTN 8. 4 games are going to be playing this weekend. I'm so excited. We've tried to cover as much as we can as far as the preseason is concerned. And yeah, football season is once again upon us. 25-26 season is officially back. So welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. If this is your first time dropping on the video, and please don't forget to like and subscribe and keep on watching the channel for more videos that we're going to be dropping. So today, we're going to be covering the Sundowns versus Richards Bay fixture. Obviously, it's the semi-finals. It's the top 8, the semis. And so we're just going to be looking into what kind of game can we expect and the kind of opponents as well that they could be able to be facing, because I think they're going to do a draw on Sunday, because this is the last game that Sundowns and Richards Bay are going to be playing earlier. They're going to, Stelis is going to be playing with Amazon, but we'll talk about that later on. I want to start with Sundowns, man, because obviously where we should be able to start in regards to Sundowns is their preseason. They didn't have much of a preseason because of the fact that they were playing Club World Cup. As you know, we were watching them. They kept us entertained. They did well. But what is also interesting in that part is that they were given a special window, a transfer window, where they could have signed players before they went to the Club World Cup. So you could already see that there was the idea what they wanted to do, because they also could use the Club World Cup as a springboard for the next season, the players that they would like to use for the upcoming season, who they'd like to sell. Obviously, when you're in preseason or playing the Club World Cup, you are selling yourself in a sense. So they didn't sign. They chose not to sign because they had felt that it may destabilize the team. They already had a few players who haven't been given a chance, and we saw them play, like Cupido, for example. So you could already see what maybe they could try and use, like, for example, Tashwick Matthews on the left. And is it Tashwick Matthews? I think it's Tashwick. Now, you'll correct me in the comments if I've got the name wrong, because maybe I'm thinking about Tashwick Morris. Yeah, but Matthews was also used more frequently on the left channel instead of Ukodi Mang or Kodi Sang Kupamelo, who has actually left now. So they came back. Maybe they had a week or two to prepare. So we haven't heard anything that is concrete enough to let us know that Sundowns has actually signed players. The only thing that we know is that they've released and they're loaning out players. And there's this controversy around Lodge that we haven't really, it hasn't been confirmed, because there's a rumor in saying that Sundowns didn't want him. It was a Rulani signing. At the very same time, he wants to stay at Wydad, and Wydad really are prioritizing him as trying to, because he was loaned out. They're trying to make it a permanent deal. So that also could give room to maybe local clubs to see if they can sign, or other clubs, or Saudi region, because I think he made a good name for himself. So this game brings those conversations to light, because could we see the same Sundowns? Maybe there's a few surprises. Do they tweak the lineup here and there? Injuries that haven't been confirmed, all these things. So we could potentially maybe see the same kind of team that was playing in the Club World Cup. But okay, let's do a list quickly, because I made a list here. Where is it? Yeah, not really a list, but I wanna single out the potential exits that we know that they're not going to feature. So we have Rushwin, Rushwin Duruk. We've got Mayema going out on loan. Both of these are loans. Kodi Sang has been confirmed also as a loan. He's going back to Portugal. We also have Masego. Masego is not yet confirmed, but I think he's still part of the team. We have the starting department, Tuban Hambil. Yeah, so obviously we know Umabu is not coming back. Okay, the Lodge one, we're not too sure about. So those are the players that we definitely are not going to be seeing. You'll just correct me in the comment section as well if I'm missing a name or two. So the rest, also Lucas Ribeiro is doubtful, But I think the preseason there, because there's nothing that is yet confirmed that's concrete as well. But he has attracted interest from overseas, so he could potentially be part of the team for now. But in the league, we're not too sure. So let's since those ones are not confirmed, which is Lodge, no Lucas, and we saw Peter Shalili sign a new deal. So let's pretend like all those players are still part of the team. So those the only players that maybe we can still see in the lineup. What's going to be interesting is their only new signing that we have heard so far, which is Fawaz Basadin finally has signed with Imamedu Santa. So I guess that's the only marquee signing that they're going to maybe introduce for this MTN8, because we saw Divine Lunga was playing in the Club World Cup more frequently in that left channel. I'm not too sure if Umodiba is injured, but since they didn't have a preseason, if I was Miguel Cardoso, I'd go with the tried and tested. We know Mukwena, Allende in the midfield. Maybe he'll make shift. Maybe Zwane can now start featuring, because he started coming in the later part of their season. Reyners also looks to continue where he left off. Maybe Matthews, and we have whoever they're going to use on that right channel. Or maybe they could use Ribeiro more of a half wing /10, and maybe keep the defense more or less the same. I don't know if Wudi Tlako, Koza, Ndao is an obvious choice that side. So we don't know if he's going to experiment, but I say keep it as is. Obviously, this is a knockout tournament. See how the team plays. But for me, again, Richards Bay is not really. I think in terms of results, they might just go with that. But Richards Bay, I think, is not a team that Sundowns has had a lot of headaches around. And obviously, them being somewhat a new team, I think they've changed the technical team and the coach. I think it's, hey, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it's Mayambe, but I'll just check for you next time when you do the post video. So that's the model and the idea that I'm also trying to predict and pick up, that this is probably what Sundowns is thinking about mostly. So those are the kind of things that you can expect to see. But for my side, I really, really expect a good game. It's playing around 6 o'clock, so Sundays are very nice. Sound is down, may potentially be a night game. Sort of, I hope the pitch there, because I think Sundowns is playing a home game. It's a home game for Sundowns. Yes, 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 yes. I don't know if it's Lucas Moripe or it's going to be a Loftus. Is it okay? It's not written here on Google, but the venue here, it's okay. It's Lucas. So Lucas, the pitch. Every time I Chiefs in the first rounds, they didn't look as good, because I think it's also used for rugby. So we'll see how the pitch looks, because also that could be a determining factor, because they play the ball most of the ground. So that's as far as I can share in regards to what we look out for. But obviously, the exciting part is the fact that league football is back. So we're going to see a lot of players that we all know, especially from teams like Richards Bay, and maybe we'll see surprises from Sundowns, because they've developed quite a few young players. Abudu Clark have joined the senior team now. So for me, that's the one part that's exciting, because we're going to have a lot of content to talk about as far as football is concerned. We don't talk about signings anymore. I'm tired of talking about signings, about potential, this and that. We're just going to be talking about football. So that's the benefit of having to be excited about them tonight. The next week, first round of matches starting, So no Kaiser Chiefs this weekend, relax. So it's just about Pirates and Chiefs this time around. So just to give you my prediction here, if I had to predict how the score is going to go, I would give it to East Sundowns. Maybe 2-0, one goal first half, then another goal second half. But obviously, being the first game, I think there was a bit of target war, chase game. Richards Bay, we all want to be interested. Maybe they're going to be too defensive. Sundowns going to be having 60, 70 ball possession most of the time. And obviously, some magic from one player or two can unlock. And then that's when you'll see a 2-0 scoreline. If you are betting, I'll stick my money with one of these guys. And let's see what happens. So that's my prediction: 2-0 for Sundowns. Can't wait to watch the game on Sunday. And yeah, if you've made it this far, and I would appreciate you once more, please don't forget to subscribe, because I've seen the algorithm. Most of you guys who watch my videos, I think this time is 90% have not subscribed. So please click on that bell, and also click on that button and click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I drop a video. From my side, Umshini, in regards to this fixture, I'll see you in the next video. Signing out.